after you do that.
Alrighty. Are we on? Let's see.
I'll load up the YouTube page too, so I can see when you've got a live symbol. So I think you're live.
Oh snap! What up, dudes and ladies, if there's any ladies? Although most likely no ladies, just because my analytics are about 99%, 99.9% dudes. Trying to learn camera stuff. Gerald, what's your analytics? Are you 99% men? Unemployed men?
You know, I don't know. I mean, probably, but I don't know for sure. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't remember the last time I've checked like demos. I know the age group I think is like, what is it, like 35, like 8 something to 35 or whatever.
Oh yeah. What do you guys think of the studio? Check this out. Look at this. I got this little mixer over here. See where my hand is? This is the new ATEM Mini. It's basically a 1080 mixer, so you can do these live streams and you can wire up 4 cameras. So that's camera 1, camera 2 coming at you from the studio, camera 3, yo, and then we got camera 4 right over there. Pow, 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 pow. What do you guys think? What do you think of that, Gerald?
I want to see that pistol animation one more time. I think that'd make a good GIF. There's the money right there.
Oh, I think I pulled something.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'm gonna email them for you because you definitely need to get one of these.
Yeah, they seem pretty. The fact that it's got a, like, if it was a switcher for that price, sure. But the fact that it's also a 1080p capture card and a switcher, it's a ridiculously good price.
Dude.
Like that, it's a
Let me
steal.
see if I can get a better shot of this. There we go. Yeah. What's dope is I can load some still graphics too. Oh, I gotta program that in there.
Please stand by.
You gotta program. Oh, I gotta launch the software for that to work. All right, so
we're off to a good start with the comments. Ellie Johnson said possibly the greatest stream of all time. We were only like 2 minutes into it. I don't know if it's the greatest stream of all time.
This is probably checking some boxes, but it's not the greatest stream. It's like what do Gerald and I normally talk about? I mean, the sad thing is that we talk about camera stuff. That's the truth. It's either me asking him a question or no, it's actually always just me asking him a question. Who do I go for my camera knowledge? Gerald Undone.
Oh, geez.
All right. The $9.90 LUT was the best purchase of my life. Yeah, bro, the Blade run gun LUTs. All right, Gerald, how do I field all these? I got like a bunch of fastballs coming at me.
Yeah, I'll try to help you. I'll spot the good ones for you, and you just do your best to see whatever you can get. Well, I don't want to say the good ones because that sounds like I'm being. I'll try to be the moderator. That's like Simondo Films asks, "What's in your pockets, Josh?"
That's a good one. This is a small rig, little keychain camera tool. So it's got all the. You got like a flat thing for those 1/4-20 threads, screwdriver, got some Allen keys. It's actually, as much as I don't like small rig, I gotta say this is like pretty awesome. Let's go to camera 1. See that? Boom. I think I'm getting a hang of this ATEM Mini mixer. It's pretty rad. I think it's like $20.
It doesn't give you any indication, right? So you have to memorize you got to memorize your buttons. Is that the idea?
Yeah, but I got it figured out. It's just all to the left, so it like all the cameras work their way right. So far left is
smart.
like behind me, kind of to the left, and then number 2 would be right here. Number 3 is a little bit more to the right, and then number 4. So I feel like this satiates the attention deficit disorder that I have of like just being on a live stream looking at like one camera the whole time. Do people like, guys, I've never done a live stream, so you have to bear with me. This is it's all new for me, but I'm trying to figure it out. So if I'm moving too many cameras too often and you guys are getting dizzy, let me know.
We got a question here from Brishan Thompson that says what said this is sick, and then what cameras are you running? So you want to give him a rundown
Oh
on
yeah.
your gear?
So the main camera is the A7 III, and I got a nice little 1635 Sony G Master. This is like my main vlogging camera now. I used to have the C200 for that, and I ended up getting rid of that a couple months ago. Wasn't really stoked on that video quality. Then we got up here, we have the Blackmagic 6K, and the reason why that it actually just stays up there. It lives up there for now on. The reason for that is I basically want to be able to spin it in post, and so I want that over capture 6K so I can like punch in a little bit and do like some really cool slow spinning transitions. But right now we're just shooting 1080.
Hey Josh, let me interrupt you because there's a couple comments that I never considered. They're getting the "You're only in the left" audio channel. In OBS, if you go to your advanced audio properties, you want to hit that down mix to. There's a down mix to mono button somewhere. I thought somewhere. Let me see if I can find this.
Right. Advanced audio properties. Oh, mono?
If you find your mic source, check mono, and then let's see. I'll tell you if you're coming in stereo now. Let me check.
Guys, you hearing me stereo? See that? That's what Gerald's for. He's the man.
I'm listening on the YouTube, but we're a little bit behind, so I have to wait to let you know if we came in. Give me like 10 more
Gerald,
seconds.
how's your arm doing from that crazy workout you did the other day?
Hang on, I'm listening.
Buffer issues. Buffering.
Yeah, I think you're stereo now. I think you're good. Okay. That lets you know how delayed we are, by the way. You just came in stereo just now. But yeah, no, my arm's doing okay. Feeling good. Got to get chasing that pump.
Clear,
whatever Arnold says.
Your audio is clear, but the video is hitching. You might have the bit rate a bit too high. Well, that's Gerald's fault. Gerald recommended the highest bit rate possible. Can I change that midstream?
Well, I don't know. I thought maybe... Yeah, you can. I think you can. I thought you could support it. I don't know.
How do I go to studio? Let's see.
It'd be settings, output streaming.
Output stream. Yeah, we're at 5.
Is it locked in?
No, let's change it down to 3,500. Let's see if that does anything. Okay. It was at 5,000.
I thought that'd be fine. You got California internet. Isn't that not any good? I don't know. What do I know?
I thought so. But maybe because I'm Wi-Fi, I'm not tethered in.
Oh yeah, streaming on Wi-Fi like a noob. Plug it in, boys.
You can't. I mean, you can't do Wi-Fi. No.
You can, but it's just obviously it's less reliable.
He's based in LA. Internet sucks there. What's your upload speed? You know what? You're right, because I actually think let's try one more thing. Output. I think the upload speed actually put me at 2,500. Let's try that. Guys, we're not going to be getting great quality here.
We're working it out.
All right.
The first, I went through the same thing when I was streaming on my channel. The first one was like a complete disaster, and then I think I've got like a handle on it now, but it takes some time.
It's buffering like Vimeo in 2014, Simondo Film says. Nailed it. Better, much
okay,
better.
let's see what else we got. Cool.
Where's Otis? Oh, dude, you guys want to see where I plan on putting Otis? Let's see. Oh, that is actually Otis's interface right there. I'm still building it. Can you see it? Oh, the lights just went out. That was weird. That was like so random.
Just cut the television bars. The light goes up.
It's like she was listening. Otis was listening. Let's see if I can blast you guys with There. Can you see that now?
Some people were saying that when you tried to show the mixer that my crop was in the way. So I don't know if they were able to see it because where I'm framed in your composition is like right where that mixer is.
That's a good.
In OBS, you can just drag my ass around though if you want. So
hide your face. There we go. Yeah, so here's the mixer right here. Woo, boo, 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 boo. It's actually pretty sweet. I mean, so this is like primetime television grade mixing. It's instantaneous. I don't know if you guys, you know, they have regular like HDMI little mixers like these things, which I've used before on set. It's just like you basically can feed 2 HDMI signals and then switch them on and off. But it normally takes like 3 to 5 seconds delay. So if you're doing a live stream, you don't get that instantaneous boom. Whereas this is like, it's just on there. So that I really like. And then you can load in some graphics and some transitions. So it makes it really fun, actually. Let's see if we can load in the ATEM software, and I'll put in my little intro. Media.
Looks like you got a super chat from Alden from Flight Path. Says, "What's up, fellas? Mixer looks dope, like a sports channel."
Yeah, sport. The sad thing is how little sports I actually watch. Let's see here, images.
Somebody says, "I hear the new ATEM Mini doesn't offer multi-view. Is that true? And does that matter for what you need it for?"
It has a picture-in-picture. Let's see if I can get it to work.
Yeah, you popped up a little one in the corner there, I think.
Boom, look at that. Little tiny, we'll put Gerald up there. And then there I am there. So I got 2 pictures in one. You guys, I mean, you want more? It's right there. It's all done. Look at this. Boom. That's pretty dope. I kind of like that.
We're going to take your toys away from you.
I know. I feel like, I don't know. I'm just getting the hang of this, so it's a little ADD, but fixed live stream with my mail. What? Today's video is all about make our now fix live stream. With my
I'll field a question
followers.
here because somebody asked if I use a teleprompter for my complicated and accurate analysis, and it's funny because I actually just 2 videos ago started testing out this guy, the Parrot Padcaster, the one where you put your phone in it, to see if I could use a teleprompter because I've never really used one before, and I thought, I don't know, we'll see. So I think my last 2 videos have been.
Is that the one that Jacques Slade was using at Sony Camera
Yes,
Camp?
that's
Dude, that thing is thing is really helpful.
It's not bad. You know what though? The pricing is absurd. They're like $200 for like a little piece of plastic. So it's like there's a barrier there to even try it.
Yeah,
you have to be willing to like.
But you could fit it on a gimbal.
Yeah, you could.
So
it's pretty flexible.
Yeah, $200 is pricey. But if you're making money to the point, like online personality, to the point where you need one of those, then $200 is nothing.
So I just tried it, and I can keep up pretty well. But I do think that I do notice in my videos the odd little bit of like my eye kind of darting a little bit. But other than that, I don't think it's terrible, you know. But it's a little bit different. It takes some getting used to.
Someone says live stream pros. Want to tell you, it looks like an advertisement though. Oh, maybe they just paid me some money. That's me earning money.
Yeah, is it colored? Yeah, it's a super chat. Woo! You'll see them
Pow!
colored
Someone
boxes
just
or whatever.
bought me lunch. Pow! Thank you very much.
What did they say anyway?
They gave some really good advice. Just want to let you know, streaming on a Mac isn't ideal with OBS. You should use Ecamm Live if you want to stay in the Mac world. I'm a Mac guy, but for streaming, 100% PC.
That seems like good advice.
That's pretty good to know. So if I go to live chat here,
you got another super chat just in too from Shane Kerrigan. Says
talk about film
you got it.
permits and insurance in LA. I mainly shoot commercial, music video, reels. Any hacks? Do I bill clients for my insurance for permits? You know, the funny thing is that I've only applied for permits, I think, on 2 occasions. I'm complete guerrilla filmmaker. I could give you all the tricks for not getting permits if you want to hear that. Basically, the best day of the year to film in LA is Thanksgiving morning, because no one is in town. Like, there's not even cars on the street. That's like the greatest hack of all time. So if you like filming buildings and you want to, like, you know, set up a couple actors and get some really cool empty street shots, basically Thanksgiving and Christmas morning, it's a ghost town in the financial district of Los Angeles. Most cities are like that too, I imagine. Let's see. But film permits in LA, you go to, I think it's Film LA is the permitting company. And it's pretty easy, actually. You just pay their fee, and then if you're like moving around the city and you need to have several setup locations, they give you, like, they'll sell you a block of, you know, 10 locations, and you just put them down on the map where you're going to be filming. So we'll film at this intersection at this time, yada, 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 and then we'll move around. We had to do that for the bike commercial that I did, which I don't have it on my website anymore, but we were completely mobile for that shoot, and we went to like probably 20 or 30 different locations throughout Los Angeles and got some really cool shots. I don't even think I have it on. I can't even show you guys that. Damn, I pulled off most of my stuff because everyone wants to see my work, but my work's on YouTube. This is my work. This is what I do. They're like, show me your reel. Like, this is it. You just watched it. My last video. That's the reel. All right, who's next? Hey Josh, I'm amazed that you can run such an amazing looking stream, yet struggle with the Mavic Mini gimbal clamp. Mavic Mini gimbal clamp? What's that? Is there a clamp now for the Mavic Mini? Gerald, are you listening to me?
Sorry, I just realized I didn't put a tweet about this, so I was just writing a tweet. And then I'm trying to write your stupid name, but every time I put a dot, it's like making it a hyperlink in the Twitter thing or whatever. So stop putting periods in your username, Josh.
Oh man, we got 400 people in here. That's not bad actually for a first stream.
Yeah, you're doing all right.
Oh wow, there's some sweet animation transitions coming your way at OBS. Let's see what else we got.
All right, I popped out a little really, really bad tweet. Like bad punctuation.
Livestream Pros just bought me lunch again. What? Stop it. My Alexa is being triggered right now. Stop listening.
All right, are you kept up with all the super chats? Did you get the 51 drones one? Mavic Mini gimbal clamp.
Expand on this mini clamp. What is this? What is it? I mean,
did you get the one about the matrice?
Hold on. Let's go back. I am gonna butcher this name, but Asafi Asvedo, stopping by to thank you both. Your videos have changed my life professionally. Hugs from Brazil. So he gave us $5. So does that mean I owe Gerald $2.50?
Exactly. That's really really kind of him to say, though. But yeah, there was one. I don't know if I was tweeting and I didn't listen, and if I did, it's my apologies. But it happened just before another one, and it's from Lifted Photography, and it said, "Is your larger DJI a matrice? I'm looking to dump the Inspire 2 and put the Blackmagic in the air.
Oh.
Do you recommend?"
Yeah, you know what? I am so impressed with the Blackmagic 6K's resolution. I mean, you would think that a $3,000 camera and with like a $200 lens, you wouldn't be able to get like real sharp 6K. But man, I was just blown away. So that is something that I do want to do. It's just the Blackmagic body is hard to balance on the Ronin the Ronin MX, and so it's actually a challenge because you have to mount the camera on the plate that slides into the gimbal. You actually have to do that backwards in order to get it on there. So it's always a challenge. That Ronin.
So which of the larger drones do you like? Because this guy said he's got an Inspire 2, and he's thinking about switching to the matrice for the to put the Blackmagic up.
No way.
That's what he's asking
Hands
about.
down, Inspire 2 is the way to go. I can't tell you how many professionals use the Inspire 2 for everything. With the X7, you're shooting 6K raw anyway, so you're right there, and the setup time is significantly shorter. The liability, you're not flying this big gigantic blimp in the sky that's causing a lot of like attention, and The obstacle avoidance is not equipped on the Matrice 600, at least not that I'm aware of. I don't have it on mine. So I feel like the Inspire 2, they crushed it out of the park. That is going to be a relevant drone for a long time. Although they do need to make a longer lens. I want them to make like a 75 millimeter or something, because the 50 is just not long enough. Let's see.
And then you got two more green ones here, one from Eric and one from Shot Science Basketball. Do you see those?
What lens, this is from Shot Science Basketball, what lens would you suggest for the A7 III to shoot talking head content in a small room with limited space? The G Master that I use, it's expensive. I think it's like, what, the 16 to 35 is about $1,800. It's one of...
It's more than that.
Is it? It's one of the sharp...
Yeah, I think so.
One of the sharpest lenses I've ever shot on. 16 millimeter is the widest that you want to go for talking head. You really don't want to go with a 14. It starts warping the face and making the face look really, really funny. And you kind of want like a good, you you want good space and headroom. So, I mean, if you're in a really tiny room and you have to shoot in a 14, sure, but it's going to look like a GoPro. So I would say, yeah, 16. If you could afford the G Master, I would do that. But otherwise, you can probably get some Canon L glass, a 1635. I think it's the Mark II that is more sharp towards the center. So you can get that on eBay for like $600 or $700, I think. And, just adapt that and you're good to go. A lot of people don't think the Canon glass is good on Sony's, but that's incorrect. The L glass is great on Sony's. It's just... you need to, a lot of people have issues color correcting or like nailing white balance with those lenses. But if you just get the white balance correct, those lenses look amazing. What's next?
Eric says, you've inspired me to video joy as an older gent. It is now my business. Thank you.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, inspiration's the best one, right? When somebody tells you that you doing something makes them do something. That's pretty awesome.
Brian just says, is there any way to collaborate with you guys living here in Germany and it's kind of difficult? Maybe a video contest? So this is so strange and weird, but it's like something I'm actually kind of into. I do want to do a foreign exchange program. I want to like take some, German or, Indian kid or something like that who's got some promising young talent, put them up in LA for a month, have them come in the studio, work with me. I'll train them. I'll show them some stuff. We'll go film some stuff. We'll go make some art. And I don't know, just kind of change their lives for just that little month. I mean, I guess does that, it's like, in my mind, it's like a foreign exchange program, but really it might be, I don't know, slave labor. So maybe I'll have to work that one out.
Got a couple more here. You got Michael... said, thank you, Josh. You're such an inspiration. And then just in, we've got Cody Warner in here too.
Cody.
He says, said, let's talk about how making money with your art doesn't make it not art. Inspired by that comment you pinned the other day.
Let's see.
Did you say something about how making money doesn't take away the fact that it's art?
I know Cody Wanner. I've never met him in person, though, but I think he and I have talked in my comments a couple times before. Yeah, oh my God, this story is sensational. You guys are going to love this. So the other day I posted the Mavic Mini video, right? And of course, like everyone loves the video, but then you get a couple of the troll comments. And so like I got this one troll comment from this lady named Dorothy Parker. And, she kind of has a good point. She says, do you just do paid promotional videos? I'm waiting for the art. And then she says, she says you might as well be the ShamWow guy. And so I was like, yeah, so I was like, all right. So I responded back something like, the truth is like, even any artist, 85% of what they're going to be doing has to be motivated by like you know, that commerce side of how can they keep affording to make the art. And then, you know, that 15% wiggle room is where they create that art. You know, a lot of like actors that I follow, like they have to do those Disney films. They just have to do it. But within that, you know, in that film, they got like 15% creative freedom to like develop that character and do something really unique. That's like, I mean, the percentages probably aren't accurate, but there's always going to be that juggle between art and commerce. So like, am I the ShamWow guy? Sure. I'm telling you guys to buy things that I think are awesome. Am I always getting paid for that? No, I wasn't paid anything from DJI. And in fact, I think that drone is a worthy purchase if you're Canadian. And I kind of made that clear. Otherwise, I'm not really a fan of the bit rate. 40 megabits per second is just like, I mean, if it was 40 megabits per second H.265, then you got something really awesome. But 40 megabits per second H.264 is, it's tough. That's a tough one.
We got a big red one in here, like 100 pounds or euros. I think that's the pound symbol, right? From Robert McDonald that said, "You guys are both amazing.
Aww.
You guys amazing in both so many different ways. I love your channels." That's insanely generous, Robert.
McDonald. Holy crap. Thank you, man.
Making it rain. And then, do you see this one here from Raffle Paffle that says, "Does a speed booster plus Sigma 18 to 35 for the 4K really made that big of a difference compared to mid-range native lenses?"
Gerald, do you want to field that one?
I mean, I love it. I'm actually shooting it right now. I think what the difference is that the 4K is micro four thirds, right? So, I mean, I'm not saying everything's got to be full frame all the time, but it does bridge the gap pretty damn well. I think it makes it like a 1.35 or something like that. So it's even better than APS-C. And so if that's what you're into, if you want that bigger sensor, then you're getting a bigger sensor for $600. You're not getting a bigger sensor, but you get what I'm saying. For only $600 more versus. So yeah, it makes as big of a difference as it would be if you were concerned with that. If you don't care at all, then there's some decent lenses out there. But the 18 to 35 also has a lens, which if you're going to adapt it, you might as well use the speed booster, right? But that lens is terrific. It's you get a lot of what you'd want from like a cine lens, but in a photography lens price and housing. In fact, the 18 to 35 is better at being a cine lens than the cine lens version is of that particular one, because a lot of the cine lens versions of the 18 to 35 have really bad focus breathing and stuff like that, which you'd think would be the opposite. You'd think the photo version would have focus breathing, but it doesn't. So yes, and you can get that lens used too. So I don't know. I mean, I'd buy it. I did.
All right. Krishna Yala says, "Hey guys, Josh, do you feel like high emphasis on gear and over-reliance on tech, slow-mo gimbals is hurting the industry?" No. I think...
You're asking a bit of a gearhead.
Yeah,
too,
I mean,
so.
Look, there's definitely that thing of like over-purchasing and trying to stay current and do you need 6K and 8K and blah, blah, blah. And like we all play into that system. We're all like hyping things up, but their story will always trump anything. So it doesn't matter what camera it is. Story, 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 story. So as much as I tell you guys, like I try to hype it up and be like, oh, you got to get the Blackmagic 6K and oh, it's so much sharper. I could tell just as good of a story shooting 720, and I could. I don't know if you guys can see, but that's my my business roommate. Is that what you're called, Sasha? A business roommate? Yeah, that sounds good. He's been a friend of mine for like 10 years now, and so we got this place together. Thanks to him, I finally pulled the trigger on getting a studio. So let's all have a round of applause for Sasha. Yay, Sasha. Woo!
Hey, it's mutual, man. It's not thanks to me.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, what's next?
We missed one early on from Dre Koss, who just said, "Love you guys, you're the best." So thanks for that. Sorry that we missed your chat earlier.
Guys, if I miss any of these, sorry. I'm like, this is very new to me. All right.
I feel like, oh no, there's one too from Drazzer Max that the message is retracted, but they left a super chat. So thank you. Sorry that we missed your message though. And then 51 Drones elaborated on that clamp question. He said iPhonedo made fun of people who couldn't install the clamp. Then you struggled with it for 5 minutes in your bed.
That I got it. Yeah, that I mean that's just I don't know why they didn't make an easier snap on it. It like you put it on and it makes the gimbal feel like it's gonna break, and then you're like, this can't be right. It's just like dumb things like that. But it was true. It took me like 5 minutes to get that on there. Yeah, that gimbal clamp.
Also, Kitty from Atola Visuals is in the chat
Kitty.
too. So hey, Kitty.
What's up, girl? When are you coming by the studio? Here, I'll give you a tour. That's the desk. Here's here's the camera B, and oh yeah, that's all muscle. You know, seriously, Kitty, you gotta come by the studio. Check it out. I'm like down the street from you. We're neighbors now.
Somebody said, "What happened to Gerald? Am I off the stream? Did I disconnect my Skype or something?
Oh,
Did you kibosh me?"
see. Are you off the stream? I still see. Let's see. What's going on here? Where is...
Josh is trying to edge me out. He's like, I got
Hold
it
on.
from here.
Hold
Just
on.
like
Where
turns me off. Is my source disabled or something? Maybe just move my box by accident or something.
Hold on. We're figuring this out. That's so weird.
Luke says he did the parafocal Sigma hack. Awesome. Yeah, it's a pretty sweet thing to do. That's the other thing you do with the Metabones is you can make the Sigma parafocal. Well, sort of.
All right.
It said that I was slowly sneaking away on the window. I don't know. Maybe like accidentally.
That's so.
What are you doing?
That is so bizarre, dude. Gerald's still with me. It's just his. Wow. Maybe I should take off that crop, huh?
Is that my video box and it's just not showing up?
Let's try that. Wow, this is not working.
What else do we got here?
How do you...
Do you guys in the chat, do you know what happened? Like, did my window just disappear? Like, did we see something? Do you know what's happening, Josh? Like, do I still have my display? Is that my box there and I'm just blacked out?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see if maybe it's something I need to do on my end. I'll restart my sending to you.
Wow. It's weird. It has scaled up your image like 1,000%. This can't be right. Wow. Sorry, guys. Gerald, what'd you do?
I don't know. Am I back? I tried to turn my feed on and off. Maybe.
Let's see. Source name. Yeah.
The chat's here, so we're not leaving anybody hanging. Somebody said Gerald is your new Otis. I was like,
actually,
just a disembodied voice helping you with the stream.
Scale filtering. Why is this?
I would try just deleting the NDI sort, but then you won't be able to. You'll have to re-enable monitoring of me too.
Yeah.
Oh.
What is all this? It's like so Gerald, it's scaled your image up like 10,000%. I can't even move it to one side. It's that. Why did it do that? Oh
yeah,
boy.
just delete the NDI source and then add a new one. Add a source, whatever it is, NDI source. I would say just add a fresh.
I tell you what, we're gonna do a little bit of problem solving here. Let's do.
Somebody said Gerald is finally being undone.
Gerald undone. I got the answer here. I got it.
Oh, I know what you're gonna do. You're just gonna give me a stupid image. I'm just gonna be a talking face.
All right. We got it. Hold on. Stand by, guys.
It said they saw Ryan says he saw the image of me go small and then disappear. So it's like you shrunk me into oblivion. I went into some black hole over there in your studio.
My studio is that big. He just disappeared. All right, let's get
Ryan Honan says speculation on release date of A7S3.
Boo, there you go.
But, did you get it? What do we got here? Thanks for the super chat, Ryan, but neither one of us know anything about the A7S3 or A7 IV. We're as in the dark as you are.
All right. There you go, Gerald. We got you, baby.
That's my goddamn channel trailer
Gerald
artwork
looks
or whatever.
hungry.
But,
Let's feed him a sandwich.
You've got a super chat here from Roman Wilson that says, "Why are people paying different amounts to participate in this grinder chat?" I've never grinder chat. I've never seen that before. How do I turn on my webcam too? I'm ready. Oh geez, we've got a comedian in here.
You know what? If I can figure out how to get this web stream a little bit smoother, yeah, it would be cool to invite some people on a Skype and like have them comment in real time. What do you guys think of that? Would you like that? I can make that happen.
It's saying that my audio's gone now too.
Oh. So now it's just me. I'm holding up. Maybe I'll just reboot the Skype.
No, it's not. It's OBS, I think. Like, am I still a source in OBS? Like, do you still have the NDI source of me?
Yeah.
If I'm still listed as an NDI source, I would just delete it and then add another one of me because they don't have audio of me either.
All right, so we got no audio of Gerald.
Or do you want me to call you back first? Like, hang up and call you back first? Okay.
Wow, sorry guys. Let's see what else is happening here. Any chance the Olympus EM1.2 or EM5.3 coverage? You know what? I don't know much about that camera. I haven't really shot with the Olympus. Check with Philip Bloom though. He's all about that one. Let's see here. Incoming call. Yo, are you back? Let's see. Are you back here?
Okay, so can you guys still hear me in the chat? Because now they're saying, "Oh, Gerald's audio was back." So I don't know what was going on.
OBS, come on.
Okay,
wow.
So if anybody can hear me now, I'm saying banana, banana, banana. Can you hear that in the chat? They're all like, it's because of the delay. Now they're all like, we could hear Gerald before he left, and so we're trying to fix it.
There we go. Gerald's back.
In the meantime, you got another super chat there in case they.
Oh yeah, we already. Thanks, Roman Wilson. Thanks, bro. Let's see here.
The latest one you got is from Angus. Check that one out.
Let's see. You did a video on pushing Angus McInnes. You did a video on pushing colors featuring We Are All Astronauts, which made the video inspired me to make my first video. Are there any other artists as unique that you recommend? So We Are All Astronauts is my buddy Dave, and he is the original voice of Otis. So Otis was the time machine that I built for Burning Man. And so when I met Dave, I was inspired by his music, and I asked him to voice Otis and to help me create this custom music bed that would be played inside the time machine. And so his work has always inspired me. His is amazing. But there is a new artist, which is really dope. I'm about to drop another Burning Man video. His name is Jean Blomquist, J-O-M, Blomquist. And dude, this guy's stuff is just incredible. It's more of like, you know, dancey, trancey music, less of that cinematic, atmospheric music that We're All Astronauts does. But it's really, really good stuff. So he's on the radar right now.
Hey Josh, you know what I noticed?
Yeah.
When you were replying to that comment, my picture that you put up in OBS moved is like a mouse wheel or something, or some sort of mouse movement that you're doing when you interact with comments. Is it moving me around in OBS? Maybe that's what happened last time.
Oh, maybe.
Who knows? I could be wrong.
Uh,
Somebody also said that if ever the source goes wacky in OBS, I didn't know this one, so I'm telling you. They said that you can select the source and press Command F, and it puts it back to normal size. Something
oh,
that I
boom!
didn't.
There it is. Done.
Well, then you can thank Aaron Griffin. He typed that like 4 times, I guess, trying to get us to see it.
All right, dude. Awesome. Now, how do I get it to shrink down again? Now it.
Just drag it like a box.
Oh, there we go.
Aaron Griffin coming in with the win.
Nice.
I look reversed though, so I think you have to right click, transform, flip horizontal.
No, that's how he
it
looks
is,
in real life. That's
That's not how I look. This is my right hand.
Yeah, but you're Canadian, so you know. everything's opposite. Let's see. Flip horizontal. Did that work?
Yeah, right. Right click, transform, flip horizontal. That should do it.
Let's see here.
We are OBS experts here, and we're putting on a clinic, I think, of what's going on over here.
Yeah, do you guys have any more camera questions? Something that we're actually good at? Here we go. Perfect. There. Now, Gerald, hold up your right hand.
This is my right hand.
All right.
Does that look good? Does that look right, guys?
Fair enough.
Give me another banana confirmation. I filled the chat with bananas back.
Do we still have audio on Gerald?
Show me banana if this is my right hand.
All right. Jaden.
Where were we actually at the questions? Like there's probably so many good questions.
I know. I'm trying to get some that aren't super chats because I want to include everybody here.
Absolutely.
Jaden Cal says, "Do you write? Are you interested in producing feature films?" Yeah, actually, I have already started writing a feature script. I've already written and produced and shot one feature script. I did that about 3 years ago, and then I buried it. So you guys will never see that, and it was a good lesson for me. But I'm working on another one, and I'm super excited because once I finish the script, I think it's going to be something that I'll try to involve you guys in as much as possible. There's this really cool learning thing where it's one thing to watch someone who's really good and experienced at attempting a large feat like doing a feature-length film, but you actually learn more when you're watching someone who's never done it before. And so I had that experience the last time with the feature film that we basically shelved. But I learned a ton because it was a buddy of mine who'd never done a feature before, never even really done a short film before. And, it was such a learning lesson. So it would be great to bottle that up and bring you guys along with it. So maybe a year from now, maybe a year and a half. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Let's see. Dean Phillips says, is having to rig up the Pocket 4K your main reason for not using it more versus the Sony? Do you think you'll ever move to Resolve, Josh? I probably use the Pocket 4K just as much as the Sony. I use the Sony for like vlogging stuff because the colors look great and the autofocus is good enough for what I need. But every time I shoot Blackmagic 4K or 6K, I'm editing in Resolve. So I use Resolve just as much as Premiere. I'm not as quick at editing, though, in Resolve and doing any fancy transitions, that kind of thing. So I feel like 1 or 2 more crashes in Premiere, and I'll just fully commit and move completely over to Resolve full time. All right, Super Chat. Chase Collective gives us $5. I say us like I'm going to share any of this with Gerald. Gerald's not getting anything. $5 towards the sequel Burning Man film. Woo! Best film on Vimeo long before YouTube channel. Yeah, that's true. Dibs on a roll in the sequel. Okay. Hopefully opposite Otis. Yeah, so I did a Burning Man film, my Deep Playa Sunrise, and it's on YouTube, but I guess its first home was on Vimeo, and that was listed on the producer's Vimeo page originally. And I remember it got 50,000 views when we like put it up, and I was so stoked because that was like so many. And, you know, obviously I had no idea just, you know, what views meant. I mean, that is a lot, but at that time it felt like a mountain of views. Now I feel like you just put in Mavic Mini in the title and you'll get 50,000 without doing anything.
There's a question here that I guess I forgot to answer when I was disappearing that said, any plans to cover the Olympus EM1 Mark II or the EM5 Mark III because they like my Micro Four Thirds content. First of all, thanks a lot. Sorry for Mr. Chat. No immediate plans. To be honest, I've never really liked Olympus, and not for any good reason. It's just, you know, sometimes you go through life and you just never touched a brand because you didn't need to, and then you just, that's me with Olympus. I don't know. It's just like, I've never needed them for anything. They have some cameras out there that are pretty cool, but I've never cared. And if I don't care, I think the videos suck. So what about you, Josh? You ever play with Olympus much at all?
I feel like I haven't even like scraped the surface of Blackmagic, so I'm like just slowly moving from one brand to the next to the next.
Somebody else asked about Zcam. Do you ever monkey around with Zcam much?
Yeah, so
that's for the Americans, by the way. I said Zcam. You happy with that?
I actually have the Zcam, and it's really hard to color grade, and I think they're kind of full of shit. Actually, I think the 16.5 stops of dynamic range that's advertised is not actually real. And I think that when they go to 220 frames per second or 240 frames per second, you're actually not getting 1080, but you're getting like some stretched out 720 or something.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about that.
It does not. It's funny. This is the stuff I would probably never say in a actual episode because I have a policy of not really like bad mouthing brands. But on the live stream, this is only temporary.
This is uncensored.
Yeah, it's raw. After hours, baby.
That's right.
Pour me the scotch. Yeah, so I wasn't really that impressed with Zcam, and it's probably about time I give it back. I give the loaner back to B&H because I've had it for like 2 months now.
There's another question that Rick's been asking that says, between the A7 III or the Nikon Z6 with the 12-bit ProRes RAW, have you played with the Nikon at all? My thing was that ProRes RAW thing kept being that's coming out soon,
right.
And I was waiting for it to come out before I made a final opinion on it. I haven't seen it, so what do I care? You know what I mean? Like,
so you know what? Here's the funny thing. This is like, and it's kind of controversial because a lot of people would disagree with me, but RAW is great. But if you nail your white balance and exposure in camera, you make all of those adjustments that you need to get the most beautiful picture in camera. RAW is meaningless. So as much as we say like, oh, 12-bit, 14-bit, 10-bit, whatever, like you can get a really amazing image from the Sony XAVC 8-bit if you nail the exposure and white balance. And then you compress that and put that up on YouTube and you hold that against, you know, the ProRes RAW from, you know, Z6 or whatever. Are you going to notice that big of a difference? If you're not pushing the color grade around, I'd say no. I don't think you're going to notice much.
I think you're right, but I think you could also phrase it in the other direction. You could say that you can get a perfectly usable image on 8-bit Sony, but you got to make sure you nail your white balance or whatever, where with RAW, you don't have to. And I'm not saying be bad or be lazy,
Yeah.
but I've always felt like if it's like a clutch thing where you're not going to be able to reshoot it, always do your best job because you don't want to learn bad habits.
True.
But it is pretty sweet to have that grace, you know?
So I used to shoot everything in log, and you know I think that's just kind of the information that's out on YouTube, at least at the time when I was learning off of YouTube tutorials, was like shoot everything as flat as you can, right? Shoot it in log, and then you want to color grade it because you can make it all match. I can't tell you how little of that I do. Everything I shoot, this shot right here, this shot right here, this shot right here. If I was, well, maybe this shot, maybe I might color grade it a little bit. This is how I would upload it on YouTube. I would do no color correction. It's.
But what are you shooting with right now, profile wise?
This is profile off. This is just regular sound.
Movie gamma
Yeah,
or whatever.
exactly. This is just normal profile, and I'm just, I got blue light coming in here, and it's all lighting and white balance. So
You want to see mine, Josh? This is
Yeah.
what I would look like if it should update soon for you guys, but that's what mine would look like. Did it change for
yeah,
you?
it did. It did actually. It's,
I mean, I didn't do much with it, but this does look unfinished.
But-
and this is actually coming out of the Blackmagic. This is Blackmagic Raw. What you're seeing right now.
That's it. That's the one thing that that I do like about the Sony over the Blackmagic is that it is harder for me to get a good image from Blackmagic versus it might not be the camera necessarily, but more of just how much more experience I have shooting Sonys, because I can just get a usable, perfect shot from the Sony without a trouble. With Blackmagic, it takes a little bit longer, but you do have the more bits to push around, so you can do more creative stuff, I think. Let's see what's next.
Plus, I think everybody's got like a camera that speaks to them. So you might find like a camera profile that you're like, yeah, that works for me. Looks the way I want it to look. I look the way I want to look on it, and you can make it look better than what somebody could do with that. But they might have another camera. I find that anyway. There's people that always go on and on about how Canon looks. They just love everything about Canon. And when I shoot stuff with Canon, I don't like the way that it looks as much as. Another one is the Fuji Eterna. Everybody loves Fuji Eterna, and I see some great stuff with it. But when I monkey around Fuji Eterna, I don't like it as much. So maybe there's a personal thing in there too of how you work.
Well, it's really interesting, and like camera. So cameras have their different color science. So like Canon is really good at skin tones and foliage. So greens and like orange and magentas and skin tones look really natural. Sony, I feel like, is really good with. They're a lot better at greens than they used to be, and they're really good with skin tones and also blues too. Blues are starting to look good at Sony. Blackmagic, I cannot get a green image to look green for the life of me. Now it could be because I'm in California and everything's dead, and like all of our foliage has red and yellow in it. But I feel like where their sensor overlap or the color science overlays, it's just they took a little bit too much on the magenta skin tone side and kind of like crammed like yellow and green together. And, so when you start pushing greens around, you see like the colors actually start clipping because there's not data recorded there. So it's a little bit bizarre, but maybe I'll do a longer episode, like going over all of my cameras and what I use them for, because I have a bunch of Canons as well, and I never do videos on Canon. Let's see.
Did you see the one there about the S1H being the first Netflix approved like hybrid cam?
Josh, say foliage again. Foliage? Is that how you say it? What is it called? Foliage? Foliage.
Foliage.
Yeah, foliage.
You said it. If that's how you said it, then
I
you
said
said it.
foliage. Fool.
Did you hear about that? The Panasonic S1H is the first like Netflix approved hybrid camera.
Yeah, I did. That's pretty awesome. I feel like if I had a foot.
Are you gonna get your mitts on that one and give it a try, or what?
I don't know. I like. At a certain point, I have such fragmented brain on how many brands I want to like. I don't really want to be a super tech guy. I don't want to review every product. I'd rather just like make some dope art with a couple of products that like speak to me. And I deeply respect Panasonic for that move, because I think that's a game changer actually. On the Netflix approved page.
Yeah, because it's what, like $4,000? That's the cheapest entry you can get in there, right? Like, if that's what you want to make, I mean, there you go.
Would you tilt your screen on the Blackmagic 4K from Tilta? I don't think so.
Have you seen that kit?
I have.
Where they? Yeah.
Here's why. Like the nit brightness on the Blackmagic and the 4K and 6K is like, I don't know, 400 nit or something. It's
not adequate.
It is ridiculously low. So That's why a lot of your guys' footage is overexposed. It's because you're not actually seeing the image for what it is when you're shooting in daylight. And so you'll brighten it up. You'll brighten the exposure up so you can see it, especially when you're shooting like a filmic profile. And then you end up like, even when you're shooting raw, you don't have much latitude because you way overexpose your highlights and you just, there's not enough latitude to bring them down. So no, I think an external monitor on those cameras is the way to go, especially because of just the nit brightness of like an Atomos Ninja 5 was it 1500 nit or 1000 nit? It's something crazy. But
when you set the brightness to match, I did that one time. You like setting the Shinobi or the Ninja 5 down to like 25% to make it look like the Blackmagic, and then you can go all the way up to 100 and you're like, geez, it's not even close.
Yeah.
Somebody made fun of me for saying "get your mitts." Do you guys not say? They said "ha ha ha Canada." Do you not say "get your mitts" down there? Is that a Canadian thing? Have you ever said "get your mitts" on one of those, Josh?
Nope.
Do you want to get your dirty mitts on that Blackmagic 4K?
Evan G says, should I upgrade from my A6500 to the A7 III? What are your thoughts on A6500? What lenses do you have? If you have a whole roster of APS-C lenses, then stay with the A6500. But if you're ready to go up and buy all new lenses, then yeah, A7 III, full frame. But both of those are like, it's so funny. I could shoot just as beautiful of a shot with the A6500. And you got in-body stabilization. All of those picture profiles are the same. You still get pretty damn good low light with custom picture profile 2. So I don't know. I think it's all about the lenses that you have.
Somebody asked what your daily PP is, and I think you kind of answered that. You said that often you have it set to off, which would be movie gamma. But do you have like what's your like run and gun picture profile?
Make Rainier Flaming says, if it's overexposed, for sure you don't know how to use false color. That's true. False color is the only tool I use on Blackmagic 4K, and the day I started using that was the day that I stopped overexposing, because it's so freaking easy. You hit false color and you hold out your hand, and if your hand is pink, your exposure is on, and then you can vlog with it, or if you're filming a subject, that it's so easy. Everything should be green, skin tones should be pink. It's like, you'll never get an overexposed shot. Let's see.
Half this chat is still making fun of my Canadian. Somebody said it reminds an episode of Letterkenny. I love that show, by the way. That's just Canadian hicks talking hick language.
Tim McNulty says, HLG, hybrid log gamma. Yeah, I mean, that's a
thing.
I mean, a lot of people think hybrid log gamma is different than S-Log 2 and different than Rec 709. But what you got to understand is hybrid log gamma is just a readable format so that high definition TVs can interpret that image. So you're not getting any more dynamic range than you are getting from S-Log 2. Is it easier to use? Yeah, you can make the argument that it is, but the easiest that I've found for shooting like high dynamic range would be S-Log 2 with a custom LUT in the A7 III, using an external monitor, and then just burning that LUT into the footage, and you don't have to color grade. You have all of that awesome, nice dynamic range, and you're making all of your corrections in camera using white balance and exposure. And that's it, and then you're done. You don't even have to spend hours color grading. Let's see. Somebody
asked, I know this one isn't you because it's Panasonic, but they asked about the G9 with the recent updates compared to the
Tommy Calloway's on here.
Or is he in the chat?
Yo,
bro.
Hey,
Tommy.
Hey, Tommy.
So I'll answer that.
What do you think of my mixer?
For ST.
Look at that shot, Tommy.
It's like, this guy's got ADD.
Sorry, Gerald. Take it away.
This is what it's like all the time dealing with Josh. You just let him run until he runs out of energy, and then he sits down, and then you get back to work. There you go. Oh, we just got demonetized. The answer is the G9s, I don't know, they want to still sell them, I guess, so they made it the GH5, basically. If you want a deeper grip, then you've got yourself... It's the same damn camera now that they added all that stuff to the firmware, so if you find one for a good price or a better price, then don't hesitate. And if you already have one, then there you go. Now you've got a GH5 too. I think it was a move because I don't know for sure, but I'm thinking they weren't selling G9s because they cut the price big time too. Now they cut the price and made a GH5. So yeah, it's exactly the same now with a deeper grip and maybe a better button if you're into that.
Tommy, have you?
Great stuff.
Tommy and I did a video the other day, and
you did?
Yeah,
is it not up yet?
It is up. It is up. It's the intro is hilarious actually, because we went.
Where's this video?
It's Insta360 video, and let's see, how can I pull it up? Because maybe I'll.
Is it on Tommy's channel?
Yeah, it's on Tommy's channel.
Oh, okay. I haven't cleared my sub box yet.
You guys want to see a video I've yet to upload? It actually pisses me off because I was about to upload this video, but I got hit with a ton of other work, and then Potato Jet uploaded pretty much the same exact video. So I'm like, are you kidding me? How did he do that? How did he know?
He's so fast.
I know.
Gene is so
I know.
fast.
I love the guy,
Like
and I
7 videos
hate
a week.
him at the same time, because he, yeah. But you know what? That's the thing about parallel thinking. It exists. It's a real thing. How do I mute this? There we go. Hold on. Yeah. Let's see if I can. Gerald, what's the easiest way to play this video on my viewer, or do I have to direct people?
Yeah, in OBS, just add a source, and you can, if it's
Mac.
for a browser, you could choose window capture or something like that, I think. And then you can choose your internet browser, or is it a video file on your computer?
No, it's a window browser, internet.
Yeah, try window capture. And if not, then just do display capture, and it will capture your entire screen. So just make sure you don't have anything weird, like
Google Chrome.
you know.
All right. Let's see here.
Just make sure you don't have any like porn up or anything like that.
Hide the porn. Porn is away. All right. Let's see if we can. Now it's gone. There we go. I wonder, will it play the audio too?
It should. Well, actually, that'll be. That'll be based on your audio mixer setting. If you have like a desktop audio thing or like. I'll put. You should throw a link if this is up to. I mean, you guys can always just navigate to Tommy Calloway's channel, obviously.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
If not,
I'll throw up the link right now. Actually, you guys.
You can do it because it won't get blocked. But throw the link in the chat there, and it should go through. In the meantime, you got a big super chat here from Alyosha, who asked best 2 books on cinematography. Do you read a lot for your business, or is it you don't really go for like? Do you have any books on cinematography, Josh?
No, I have no books on cinematography. I think cinematography, I don't know that I do cinematography. I know everyone's like, oh, you're such a great cinematographer. But there's so much more to cinematography in terms of like blocking with actors and like working a scene with story. And when you do the YouTube game, it's like a different skill set. I mean, yeah, I'm making things look beautiful and I'm lighting things, but when someone says you're a beautiful cinematographer, I don't know that that's, I kind of wish there was another word for it. I don't really feel like a DP, and I feel like a camera operator that knows how to make imagery look amazing and do really good vlog stuff. Does that make sense? How do you feel about that, Gerald?
I guess so.
It's a different, it's a completely,
I always think of lighting, right? Like everything you said is true about being a good, like, to be effective on set. But I think like maybe when people think of like teach me cinematography, I think in my head it's lighting. Like that's everything. Like,
yeah,
you know,
I mean,
to learn. I mean, there's the part you said you have to actually learn that stuff, but that seems like more like you got to be on there apprenticing, getting kicked around, and you learn that stuff. Where like lighting, I guess you could study. Right. I suppose, if you wanted something to study.
I did read a bunch of books probably 10 years ago when I was studying screenwriting, and I think some of those were on like the filmmaker's handbook. Is that what it is? I remember reading that like about 10 years ago, and so there's probably bits of gold in there, but it's probably crazy outdated. I think honestly the best education for learning cinematography is take a photography class, learn reflections, compositions, triangles, leading lines, all of those things. Cinematography, at least the aspect of what you think I'm good at, is just finding that photographic angle and then adding some movement. So it sounds really simple, but you know, take a good photography tutorial. Go to Skillshare, and you know.
Hey, let's bring up today's sponsor spot. Press the button on your mixer for Skillshare.
Right.
Donna did it's in the chat, and he's trying to get you demonetized. He said, "Hey Otis, play Never Gonna Give You Up."
Oh snap! Oh snap! I figured people would be asking for Otis. I have a plan for Otis, involving. Yeah, I don't know if you can see. That's Otis's interface right there. So I'm stoked to assemble that and give her a face. So that'll be in the pipeline soon. Takes a lot of work though. Otis is great, and I'm learning a lot from doing, from interacting with her. But man, it is a lot of work, and the videos don't do that much better than like a normal. I could just give you the information instead of Otis giving you the information, and the video would perform just as well. For both of you, what's your desert island camera? If you were forced to shoot with one rig and camera you actually own, what would it be? Gosh.
I think I'd go A7 III just because I don't know if it does everything. I like does it photos, video, whatever. Because I don't think I'd shoot just video, right? So
Yeah.
A7 III is pretty damn versatile.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'd say the same. A7 III, or as terrible as this is, probably the 1DX Mark II. Because
yeah, that's the same idea.
That
can do a lot of stuff.
That is just a beast of a camera. That is such a beast.
And you don't know what the weather's like on the desert island, right? So
yeah.
You might want to factor in a little resilience.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think about the 1DX Mark III?
Oh yeah, you know what's funny? I read it and then I kind of it's another DSLR, right? Like they didn't change it. It's not a mirrorless camera. It's a DSLR again, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess it's like, do we need it? Is it necessary?
I don't know. I don't think I'm going to get it. I don't think, although the C500, is it the C500?
Yeah, that seems
Mark
pretty
II?
cool.
That looks super rad.
Although that's a whole nother price category.
I know, you're talking 15 grand. Listen, guys, I'm going to need a couple more super chats.
Yes, let's get those super chats.
Get me up to that C500 Mark II. I don't know. I feel like where I'm going right now, I don't know that getting more expensive cameras is actually what I want. I think you can pull it off with a Blackmagic 6K. I think you could do feature film, Blackmagic 6K, and you're done. Honestly, shoot it in 6K. The funny thing is that if you do a feature film, you're still screening it in 1080. Isn't that interesting? Most festivals,
the projectors. I thought they were 2K and I guess festivals. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Most festival submissions are still in 1080, so they are projecting it in. 2K is 1080, right?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Fair enough. But they have a better horizontal resolution. But I guess that's for the aspect ratio, right? But
yeah.
Because Ari was only shooting in like the 2K forever, right?
Yeah. Well,
they like just started upping the resolution like last couple of years.
But here's the thing, though: isn't Ari 4x3?
Well, they have the anamorphic options, but they have the new cameras now have like 16 different windows or whatever. But they used to be like one thing only, like the classic Alexa or whatever.
Yeah.
So, somebody said, how do you say your dog's name? Is it Oso?
Oso. Yeah.
Somebody said, where is Oso? Isn't he in Ohio or something now?
Oso went on a plane. Let's see if I can pull this up. Oso went on a plane this morning, and he's in Ohio.
By himself. He's checking out
Ohio. He and my wife went to Ohio to visit the in-laws. Let's see. Let's see if I can pull this up. There's Oso. Looking out the window like a boss. Look at that. Oh, Saboso.
Sometimes he looks like Snoop Dogg for some reason. I feel like Oso kind of looks like Snoop Dogg.
Oh, man. I love that dog.
I don't know why. See you later, Donna. Thanks for joining the stream.
See you, Donna. Donna's cool. Met him at for the first time at Sony Camera Camp.
Isn't he like the nicest guy of all time?
He is.
Like,
Donna won a A7 III like the first night.
yeah.
And at first I was jealous. I was like, damn. But then after meeting him, I was like, actually, like out of everyone here, I think he deserves it. Like, way to go.
Plus, if you watch his channel, he was like humming and hawing because he's been shooting crop forever, and he finally settled on buying an A7 III, and then just like a week later wins one. So he's like, I hope I could take that other one back.
That is funny.
Otherwise, you get two. That's still okay.
So
show us your top-down angle, Josh. Everybody keeps calling out shots. Like somebody asked for the booty shot at one point. What's the booty shot? Do you have one from the back?
Booty shot.
Oh, there you go.
How do I play music? Let's play some music that I've been listening to. Do I have to add another music source?
You do, but then you're gonna get the video's gonna be like struck down by Sony or whatever. Whoever owns all the copyright.
Yeah, I'll have to prepare some stuff.
This is a deep question for you, Josh. From Lewis Photography says, "What does success look like in this position, and how do you measure it?" So my interpretation of that question is like, what are you shooting for? Like, how do you know you're successful at what you're doing right now? Like, do you have a goal? Do you have a YouTube goal? Do you have a channel goal? What's your success situation?
The dream that I had for success, I'm doing it right now. I've already made it. This is it. It doesn't get much. I mean, sure, I can make more money, or I could like have 1 million subscribers. But at the end of the day, I skateboard to work. I make content that I want to do. No one's telling me what to make. It looks good. If it doesn't look good, I don't release it. So I don't have any sort of schedule. And I have complete autonomy. So, I mean, it's like, you want more? Like, that, I've nailed it.
Yeah.
Like, if you're a YouTuber, I mean, Gerald, you have to agree to this. I mean, we honestly have, like, the best job on the planet. It's...
Yeah, you hear a lot of people that have trouble with it, I think, because they get bogged down in what they're doing. And I can totally see that. Sometimes you're like, that video is going to be tough, or I got it's too many videos to make, or too many products to review. But if you could take a minute and step back, it's pretty sweet. It's a much better gig than other ones I'm sure we both had.
So I used to wait tables for 10 years, and I was trying to be an actor. And every single day I had dread going into work. Right? Every single day. And I was waiting for that one big break. I was like, I'm going to be an actor. I'm waiting for that script to come around and that one opportunity so I can just knock it out of the park. And wow, that light just kicked on all of a sudden.
What is that light?
I just got hit with a light. Hold on.
It's like one of those spotlights when the police are like, hey, what's going on in there? Josh is like blinded by... Here, I'll give you an impression. This is what it was like. Ah!
I had a piece...
Why does this light go that way?
I had a piece of diffusion that fell off and just blinded me. That was weird.
Using some janky-ass setups over there in the studio. Got a C47 holding it on.
Oh, Tommy Calloway. My question, Make Art Now. How much have you spent on denim? I don't think I ever got a real number. I have about 15 of these shirts, and they're $50 each. So you guys do the math.
You know what, Tommy? You asked me that question when we were hanging out in LA at one time. He was like, he put a camera in my face, and he said, how much money do you think Josh has spent on shirts? What'd you ever do with that clip? That's what I want to know. What did you do with that recording? Making an expose on Josh's denim spending?
Let's see. Zolt Krutzler, sorry, I definitely butchered that name. As you are a one-man army, what do you think? Camera game or post-production skill is more important? One of them always going to be stronger. One of them is always going to be stronger? I don't know. Why not? Why can't they both be equal? I don't think they're mutually exclusive. I think I think the more you dive into each of them, they're only going to make each other stronger. So do them both. Nail them both. I mean, I don't do any After Effects, so I think that's one area that I could probably do, really well. But, I'm getting better at color grading, getting better at editing every day. The editing informs how I shoot. My shooting informs how I edit. It's all the same. Just listening to you guys while editing is great. Better than most radio shows. What Jam Media, what are you editing? That's what I want to know. Let's see it.
Yeah. Stop it where it is. Let's see it. Play it back.
Yeah.
Play back the last 30 seconds.
Yeah. Why?
Well, speaking of that, because it's the last few chats, Josh and I have been chatting about what to do with this format, what we're doing with it, what the plan is or whatever. So if you guys like it, because we were talking about that I've been hearing from you guys that you're cool with just having stuff on while you work and stuff like that. So, you want what were you hinting at, Josh? A morning show? You wanted to put together like a morning show or something?
Yeah. Make Saturday mornings great again. We just talk about camera stuff. Do you guys want to see that, or do you?
Yeah. What do you?
I don't know. It'd be kind of great if actually, Gerald, you and I could get a hold of because we get sent stuff all the time, and I no longer accept small electronic stuff from companies just because it's not worth my time to do a video for them in exchange for like a $200 piece of gear. And so
listen, a big shot over here.
No,
no.
It's just, I mean, you know how it is. And then you feel obligated to do a video, and it could be an amazing product, but if it's not something creatively you want to do, you're in a kind of a tough spot. But it would be interesting if we open those doors and then Saturday morning it's like you get 10 of them and I get 10 of them and I'm like, all right, look at this hunk of shit. Or look how awesome this thing is. This could work. I don't know. I have all these dumb ideas all the time. In fact,
that'd work for one show, and then people would be like, "We're not sending those assholes anymore."
Listen, here's the deal: if your product is good enough, I'll keep it. If it's not, then I'm gonna find a homeless person in Venice, and I'm gonna give it to them and see if they can make something. I'm gonna help them make something out of it. That's terrible. I can't.
What do you think about this though? Because I agree with you that it can be difficult. I've got a couple products here that I kind of like, but it's like I don't want to make a whole damn video, or it seems hard. So then I thought about making sort of like an easy video, if you will, but then it goes up in the permanent log of your videos.
Right,
I don't know if you're like me, where you want your archive to be good. Like I'm like OCD about everything, all my collections. So I look at my video collection, it's like, but I thought I could make a quick 3-minute video on this product, still get the word out, be like, look, it does this and that, easy, whatever. And I could do that, but then I'd get people who would think that you didn't tell me all the answers. Like
right.
That should have been a longer video, but I don't have time. What do you think? Like, do you think you should just do a quick one? Don't do anything? What do you think?
I don't have an answer. I have never done a quick video, so I think maybe an
Right?
Instagram video.
Right?
Send me your stuff. It'll go up on Instagram.
I guess, yeah. But companies would probably feel disappointed because they probably want you to make like whatever they see on your YouTube channel. They want one of those, but sometimes it just doesn't warrant it. Like,
can we get? Let's see, Lucas Lee. Can we get back to Josh's waiter gig? We got sidetracked when the diffusion fell.
Oh yeah, you were in the middle of saying that you've been trying to make it as an actor.
What was my point though? What was the question that I was responding to? Oh yeah, going back to waking up every day, going to dreading going into work, literally waiting on other people, serving them food. People that are genuinely it's not that they're unappreciative to it, but they're kind of oblivious to the fact that this is your life, that you're serving them. And so I think it was about 5 years ago, I decided I had enough. I was going to quit waiting tables, and I was going to start serving myself and start doing things that I wanted to do. And I made a decision that I didn't care if I went broke. And it's a good thing that I got in a relationship with a nurse, because she was my sugar mama for probably 2 years. But made it through. Thank God to my wife. So focus on the things that you want to do in life and worry about the money later, if you can. I know that not everybody has that luxury. It is a luxury. Some people live in countries where, you know, just getting clean water is a struggle. And like, you know, God bless you guys. I'm very grateful for the life I have. Let's see.
You got that one there from Duffy James?
Duffy James says, y'all, I need to get better faster. I got the chance to shoot a video for a semi-known lens company. Any chance y'all have time to check it out offline and let me know what you think? Give me some brutal feedback. It's a lens company. I want to know is how did you book this job? Did you
Judge, you're gonna poach it
well,
on
no,
you.
lens companies, like, they have their eyes on talent, you know? So,
Yeah.
like, it's not like some company that sells dog food and they just are out of the game. Like, it's a lens company. How did you put Duffy? I feel like you probably have the skill set required, and I think that maybe you're being a little hard on yourself, right? I mean, how did you get this gig? Do you want to say? I mean, you can email to me. Sure, email to me. If I get it, I'll watch it and I'll give you a response. How about that? That's fair enough, right? You got my email? It's 911 at 911.911. No, you can find. It's Josh at joshyo.com. Watch, now I get flooded with a bunch of emails.
There's a question here that's been asked a couple times. I think is good, but you can't go into too depth, obviously, because it's huge. But what's the best way to color grade without overgrading and making the colors look harsh? I have a thought on that I wanted to chime in on it, which is that I think that you should, you know, go for it, but don't go too hard, and then you got to walk away, because I find that whenever I come back, I go, whoa, Jesus, like that I put way too much of whatever I was doing at that time.
100%.
You know what I mean? I just slather it all on there, and I think maybe when you stare at it long enough and you're finessing things, you think you got it figured out. Go for lunch, you come back, and you're like, okay, so that's just red.
Yeah.
You know, like,
yeah, I agree.
That's my advice: is take some time. And
So
then come back.
here's an interesting thing, and this is definitely worthy of doing a video on it. But there are some like inalienable colors that you should not mess up. Like sky should always look blue. If you start making it look green, like I do in a lot of my videos, people notice that, and it turns people off. Skin should always look like skin color, you know, skin tones. Foliage, grass should always look that kind of green. It shouldn't be like nuclear green. So I know it sounds kind of rudimentary, but like if you focus in on that and then you try to make those creative choices around those, it'll always make your color grades look a lot better. At least I found. Let's see. Hey, Josh, do you still use a Segway, or do you prefer something better for the parallax shots you murder? I still use the Segway, but I also use the one wheel XR. The only thing is that the one wheel is like $2,000, but you get the pint. Those are like $950. I think they're back order, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, it took me a really long time to get good balance on the one wheel. I remember they sent me the XR. I ordered it. I paid for it. I didn't get it free, but they sent it to me, and I opened the box and I try it on, and I'm like, there's no fucking way. Like, this thing is way, way too unstable. Like, I can't film anything. Like, I'm going to be carrying expensive camera equipment. You guys got to take this back. And then I learned they don't have a return policy at all. Like, they just, if you've opened it up and you stood on it, they will not take it back. So I just committed, and yeah. And now I love it. Now I shoot everything on I probably shoot more on the one wheel XR than the Segway. Let's see. Freelance Society says, I'm a conflict journalist filmmaker, and I see the importance to create your own content on YouTube instead of publishing to traditional media like I have been in the past. Any thoughts or advice? Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. Although what you do is so valuable and important, and so if you're providing these pieces for primetime television or BBC or whatever network that you're shooting for, I mean, sure, you probably aren't getting as much exposure for your work, but you know what you're doing has value, has incredible value, is meaningful. So it's crazy though.
Obviously the best answer would be if you could do both, but
you can't.
they're not going to let
No,
you post to your
you
own
can't do
thing,
both.
and you might not have time to do
You
both. So if you can,
So recently I stopped working for CNBC. I don't know if you guys know this, but I was shooting for primetime television for like the last 3 years, and recently I just kind of stopped pretty much taking work as a freelancer so I could focus more on the channel. And gosh, that freed me up a whole lot. Now I can do a lot more videos, and you know, because you go on a shoot for like 7 days and you're shooting 14-hour days and you're running around and then you're loading equipment in the vans and then you're taking a flight and you have to carry 8 pieces of gear and you have to lug it upstairs into the hotel room and elevators, and like you're exhausted by the time you get back. So me trying to do an episode on top of that, like while I'm at this location or even when I get back, is just out of the question. It's just way too much work. Josh, any...
Oh, Philip Bloom is in the house, Josh.
Woo! Philip Bloom.
From Vienna. You're in Vienna.
Philip Bloom is in the house. Woo! Philip Bloom is my man crush. He is the OG. OG. Everyone throw it up for Philip.
I thought we missed him because of we got a little late to the stream. I thought we were going to miss him, but he's not even...
What time is it in UK right now?
Well, he's in Vienna, you just said. He's not even in UK, so he's extra time on top of that. So it's probably like 3 a.m. for him, maybe? 2, 3 a.m.?
It's 2:10 a.m. Central.
There you go. What are you doing in Vienna, Phil? Shooting or vacation? Or what do you call it? On holiday?
Yeah, exactly. John Grundy says the master. I know, he is the master. You want to know who inspires Gerald and Josh? Phil.
It's true. Every time I watch his videos, I'm like, God damn it.
It's so funny. Like, everyone has the same comment about Philip Bloom. They're like, Philip Bloom, like, oh yeah, I know him. He's like, how many subscribers is he at now? You're like, not enough. Like, this dude is a legend.
How many subscribers do you have?
I'm not sure. I think is he at 200,000?
200.
Yeah, not enough.
The thing that Philip Bloom has done that's impressive, though, is he's balanced his audience across all platforms. That shit's impossible.
Yeah.
Because, like, normally your Instagram is like 1/10 of and your Twitter sucks or something, or you're big on Twitter, but you're not big anywhere else. This guy's got, like, the same audience on all 3 platforms somehow.
And I like his blend of doing what he wants to do and also doing things that are, like, what we want to see.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure. 35-minute videos with cats and stuff in them. It's so
amazing.
Good.
It's
so
like,
good.
yes, that's what you need to be doing. We need to get...
Maybe if every shot didn't look good, I would care less. But it's like every shot is good. It all, like, even when Lollipop or whatever just running around, you're like, okay, that looks good. I like that shot. Good light, fun thing. I don't know. It's good
Philip,
stuff.
what are you working on? Are you working on
doing some talks? Oh, GFX 100. Doing some talks about. Is that the cat? Was it Charmipoli or whatever it's called? Is that the film you're talking about? Did you see that? I don't know how many people in the chat saw it, but Philip Bloom made a video. Yeah. It's like a film on. It's like a bit of a fundraiser, right? Or like it's awareness raising for the situation with the stray cats. But
beautiful piece, man. It was very heartbreaking.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, really moving.
Can pull it up. Yeah, here it is. Joy making sorrow. Yeah, this is actually.
Philip Bloom said, "If it's not good, it doesn't go in." And somehow he's got 35-minute videos, so he's shooting more quality. He's shooting more quality.
You know what I like
about that's for sure.
This is what I really like about the piece is that it's like 35 minutes and there's no dialogue, there's no speaking. You know what I mean? It's just it's really like, so this is, if you want to know what inspires other creators, is when you take the liberty to like create a piece, a body of work with an intention. I don't know if Phil meant to do this or not, but like to hold someone's attention for 35 minutes with no dialogue, it's just title cards and action, a character's action. Like, you know, as other creators, you notice that and you get inspired by that. So I thought that was really, really well done.
And he's also good example of purposeful shots on YouTube, because you can see entertaining videos on YouTube. Like we've all watched Casey Neistat or whatever, who makes entertaining videos, right? But you can look and you could think that that's one type of shooting, and then Philip Bloom is the other type of shooting. And you don't see a lot of his type of stuff on YouTube for YouTube creation, unless it's people that are uploading their films, like Omeletta or whatever, that channel where they upload small films. Normally you see the more Casey Neistat aspirational kind of stuff where it's like, I don't know, whatever the post-vlog era that we are in, where I like that Philip Bloom is still making videos that are like, they have that kind of purposefulness to them and thoughtfulness that is a different thing, that is more like watching, I don't know, going to the movies, I would say. It's a closer comparison to going to the movies than, which is cool, because you'd think you'd have to have a clean line where that's YouTube content and that's film or whatever, but there's a blending there, and it's a good example of that. And
Let's
I think
see here.
Yeah, we should stop blowing smoke
I
up his
know.
ass, because I think it makes him uncomfortable. He's like, well, I gotta go.
See you later. I mean, everyone in the comments is loving it. Like everyone, you guys know, he's the master. Yeah, let's see. I mean, that's the funny thing, is that I remember going to NAB this year was the first time I met Philip, and I was that was the one person that I wanted to meet. I didn't want to meet anyone else. I was like, I don't care who else is there. I was like, if Philip's there, then I'll make it a point to reach out to him and meet him. And I was actually a little bit jealous of you, Gerald, because I think you had talked with him first before that, right?
Yeah, we had gone to an event the night before, and I was actually pretty flattered, because Mr. Bloom came up to me and started talking to me about my videos. And I was like, what the hell is going on here right now, guys?
That's so funny. I was like a little jealous. I was like, so he knows your work? Gosh. But how could that be?
That's what I was thinking. I was like, no, you got it wrong. I watch your stuff. You get it backwards.
The best part of NAB was when Gerald pointed out that he had a feud going with Alistair Chapman. You guys,
yeah, that one made
oh
you
my
laugh.
God! All right, so I don't know if you guys remember, way back in the day, like A7S Mark I comes out, S-Log 2. They're just now figuring out how to like get good colors and dynamic range. Alistair Chapman was the OG guy who was disseminating all that information for us. So he's one of the guys that I was reading his forums for years. And so I recognized him, and then Gerald's like, yeah, Alistair and I are in a feud. We're not talking. Gerald, do you care to elaborate on that? Or will that will that bring up another feud?
Alistair was right. So there we go. We don't have to fight about it. He was right.
I love it.
The feud was because I guess his sensibilities were lost on me. I got that Canadian niceness, and he's got that British kind of like, I don't know what you call it. I'm sure Philip Bloom can chime in on this one. He knows Alistair. But it's where from a Canadian's perspective, the dryness and the sort of like harshness of it, it's like, whoa, man, settle down there, Mr. Chapman. We don't need to get all testy about it, because I was just trying to write nice messages. But he was right, and it was about, here's a little fun make it a super quick fact for you guys. When you plug in a log, whatever it is, Sony log, S log, doesn't matter, Vlog, whatever, into your Atomos products, the Atomos will look different. It'll look a bit contrastier, a bit, it's basically the equivalent of full versus limited range, like video levels versus different range. Anyway, and I thought I was trying to figure out where the problem was. And because on Sony, if you switched the picture profile on the fly, it kind of fixed it on the Atomos. So I made a determination that it must be something happening where the Sony is getting confused and sending out the signal. And then it turns out that it's actually the Atomos. And Alistair Chapman knew this, and he was, was like, you got it wrong, boss. Yeah. You can fix this in Resolve easily, but outside of that, it's harder to fix in Final Cut and Premiere. So that's what the conversation turned into. But anyway, he was right. It's not Sony's problem. I think that he felt the need to defend Sony because obviously he's been making posts on Sony for years and years and years, and knew that. Anyway, that's the story behind it.
We should send Alistair Chapman a Blackmagic 4K and see what he does with it.
Send it back to you.
Probably.
Tell you wrong address.
Return to sender.
That's right. one question because I need to defend my audio quality. The answer is that I'm calling Josh on Skype, so my audio is being sort of filtered through Skype, and then Josh has to upload it there. So I'm getting hit twice, where Josh is only getting hit once. So that's probably why you're noticing a difference. Like I'm probably much more compressed. You said tunneled sounding. That seems
it
fair.
Does.
I'm happy that we can even do this.
Yeah.
But
we definitely haven't.
I think it's way better.
We definitely haven't ironed out the kinks, but if it makes any difference, he sounds great in here. He sounds amazing. Exactly. So
our Skype call is pretty good. Yeah, I don't know what you guys are hearing.
It could be a setting I have on my end that's just not like I don't know. Does it sound too low? It sounds like it's being compressed, huh? Say banana 3 times if it's being compressed too much. Let us know you're still listening. How do you like?
I'm happy with it though, just because when we first started trying to figure out the system, we were looking at Google Hangouts, where it's constantly switching that compressed image back and forth and different ways of doing it. But this Skype NDI method is actually pretty effective. You saw that Josh can resize me and it's not bad. A little compressed audio is a decent trade-off, I think, for being remote.
When it works, it's great.
Yeah.
When it doesn't, look out. Banana. That's funny. So someone asked how I like the Mini, the ATEM Mini versus the Elgato Stream Deck. And so here's the Stream Deck right here. Yeah, all right, good. Here's the Stream Deck right here, and then here's the Mini. And I mean, I just got the Stream Deck, so I haven't fully figured it out. Right now, I'm basically using it for a bunch of shortcut keys in Resolve and Premiere. Things like if you want to reverse the speed of a clip instead of having to right-click speed or even program a shortcut to adjust the speed parameters and then hit reverse and then hit OK. You could do it with one touch of the button. You could program your own macros to do all sorts of crazy stuff. So I know that they do have functions where you could do it for live streaming. I haven't figured that out yet. But for the Mini, this guy, I love it. It's pretty dope. I mean, you got the switching is pretty instantaneous, and it's funny. I lost camera 2. All right, we're slowly losing cameras.
The switcher is great. You just press this.
Yeah, Blackmagic let me test this out, and at first I had no reason to use it. I was like, it puts out a 1080 signal. It doesn't put out a 4K. So I typically upload in 4K, and so my acquisition is 4K as well. And so I didn't really have a use for it. And then I was like, well, maybe I'll try this live stream, and now I love it. Now this is great.
Yeah, you're putting it through its paces, and I think it's doing well.
RIP camera 2. I mean, I could probably just change the battery. That's easy enough.
You'll have to, I guess, once you get it figured out, you have to develop a system where you start running them on power and everything else. He's not listening anymore because I think he's using a headset. But get some kind of, you have to get a switcher type. I guess just a power bar would work. Then run a bunch of dummy batteries into your power bar, flick that switch, all your cameras turn on. I like doing things like that where a whole studio is remote control. So you should get something like that set up.
The funny thing is I actually am using an external battery to power it, but with the Sony a7 III, unless you're using a dummy battery,
because you're using USB,
you'll eventually eclipse the
for sure
recharge. So, I mean, this battery is smoking hot. It's whew. It's a pocket. It's a hand warmer now. Let's see if it's back online. Woo! Back online, baby.
You told the people, but I think that because we were having an issue. Oh, you were mono only, so I interrupted you. So you were working us through the cameras, and it was A7 III, A7 III, and then I was like, Josh, you're only mono. So what were the cameras again? I guess camera and lens, just rapid fire.
What cameras I have? All right, so this camera is the Blackmagic 4K, and I have the legendary...
The Blackmagic Booty Cam?
Blackmagic Booty Cam. Woo! What do we got there? We got Hilfiger.
4K
4K,
booty.
and we got a Otis 55 on there. So the Legend.
So that's excessive.
It's a little excessive. It's a little, I wanted my back to look really good.
There you go.
Next, we have my normal vlogging setup. So this is the A7 III, and it's got a 16-35 G Master on there, which I think is like one of the sharpest lenses on the market right now. It's even at 2.8.
In that focal length, that's the best. That's the best one you can get in the 16-35. I think
2.8 at 16 millimeters, it is razor sharp. So it's really always very pleasant. Cam 3, this one is the Blackmagic 6K. On there, I have a Canon 16-35 Mark III. But we're only shooting 1080, so I'm not sure if the quality is that great. But the Blackmagic, I guess Blackmagic only puts out 1080 via HDMI.
Yeah, you know what though?
What the deuce?
It's like
what the deuce?
It's a monitoring 1080p too. It's not that
doesn't,
sharp.
It doesn't look that great from this end.
You have to sharpen it a little bit even because it's like it's for monitors only kind of 1080. Because I'm doing Blackmagic right now and it's not as good as a Sony live stream. I can tell you that much.
And then this one is the A7R3 and it's got a 70-200 and I got that thing way back there. Here, let me see if I can open it up a little bit.
Give us the scale on that one. It's like walk straight at it. He's about 12 paces away. I don't know. I'm just making shit up. That's at 70.
There. Now you guys see a little bit more of my studio setup.
That's still a nice shot.
Still a great shot, but not as great as like, this right here. This is just like, I mean, there's like blue lighting on the microphone. Oh my God. See, that's the trick with getting good colors. Like this is all in camera. This is a normal like picture profile off. It's just lighting, lighting, composition. It's everything. Oh, we got 5 pounds. Can you do a video using phone and not tell anyone until the next episode? I want to see if anyone would notice.
I think I'd notice. There's certain qualities to a phone that like only a phone does. Man. And depth of field is a huge one,
I feel like I definitely could. And I think it's right in line with what my channel stands for. Pushing the envelope on like you don't need the latest stuff and you don't need super expensive. But I don't want to give Apple any more money. And I don't really care about any of the other companies either. So it's like I could do that, but why? This is Tech Today. Oh, Brandon. Yo, what up, B-Dog? He says, is that an MKH416 mic? No.
Yeah, is that a 416?
No, it's a Rode. I actually want to get I think you guys would notice the difference if it was a 416, my voice would sound a lot better.
Which Rode is that? Is that the NTG3? Or?
Yeah. Yes, it is. But I want to get the 416. So a couple more super chats and get me that 416. Woo!
What's this 416 cost now? Smooth like 900, I think.
I think you can get a used one for like 700, maybe 800.
I'm also interested in the 8060, which is like the new 8000 series RF. Some people are like, I like the 416 because it's classic. Other people are like, they like the new 8060. I want to do a AB. I've seen other people do ABs, but it only counts in your own voice. You need to know what it sounds like on you, not what it sounds like to some guy on YouTube. That's the tough part. But you've been talking about the 416 for a while. I think you think that it's magic. It's like, I gotta get that magic 416
I mean,
action.
Have you heard Tommy's voice? He's got a 416, and Tommy Calloway's got like the best announcer voice. Like, go watch his last video that I posted below on the Insta360. Holy crap, is that guy not meant for radio?
Yeah. I like the way he starts his video too. He's like, hi.
Yeah.
And it's so like crispy,
I should actually get him to do voiceover work because I think he would do really well with it, actually. Good voices are hard to find.
This somebody pointed out, I don't know why I missed it, but that we've been missing this Alex guy's question a bunch of times. He asked it for you. He asked if you've hired or any progress with hiring a shredder and interns.
I have started looking through them. I had about 70 applicants for each, so 140 to go through, and I capped it at that. I stopped taking submissions. But yeah, now that the studio is built and now I have like a facility to like, you know, take on some people, I am definitely looking for someone, probably 2 people actually. I'd love to get an intern and probably a shredder in here within the next 3 weeks. So hopefully.
Shredder sounds like something off of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like the villain.
Shredder, you know what a shredder is, right? Shooter, producer, editor.
It's just, did you ever watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles when you were a
Yes,
kid? Come on, we're the same age. Shredder, you know, the guy like is like the villain or something, right?
No, I got it.
Oh.
I mean, that's what I'm looking for. I need one of those
I
guys. I mean, they don't have to be Japanese, you know. I'll take an American. It's fine.
I got a question for you,
Yeah.
Josh, because this is like put you on blast a little bit, but not really though. So Josh and I, we've been strategizing. Like we told you about the stream, like when should we do it? Should we, you know, how are we going to figure it out? And then we just kind of threw this together. I thought we should just get in there with fire and start going and see. That's not an expression, but you know what I mean. What's the thing? Baptism by fire, whatever.
Yeah.
We just got to immerse ourselves in and do it, right? So I think one of the things that Josh was thinking about is, you know, you got to have a plan, which I think is good because, you know, Josh makes planned content, which is great. But I was telling him from my experience that, like, these guys will have so many questions for you. The time's going to go right by. You're not even going to realize what's going on. You're not going to be able to keep up with anything you do. You can't keep up. It's impossible. So you were thinking that you'd run out of stuff by an hour. We've been streaming for 105 minutes.
Holy crap.
And my question for you is, am I right? Like, it's just like nonstop, you know, like you always got something. There's always something to say, something to talk about. It's fun, right?
It is fun. It feels like you're being fired out of a cannon a little bit, and I think I need this kind of experience. I think I need to not censor myself as much. That's probably why I don't put out more videos than I do, is because I'm constantly editing, re-editing, refining, censoring myself. So this is actually a really good experience for me getting out of my head. Got
Awesome.
another $20. I'm getting closer to this Sennheiser 416. This is from Splendid Blended. 2 of my favorites definitely got my money's worth from both of you. Gerald, I'm going to owe you some money here, dude. I feel bad. I even put your name in the title, too. God.
That's how he's cashing in on that Undone brand.
God. Definitely got my money's worth from both of you guys. I'm the idiot who volunteered his video for on-air critique. Sorry if that was annoying. Just finished this one. I'm real proud of. Love this. I don't get that. What video?
Remember, I think he said, I'm just working on a thing. Do you want to, unless I got the wrong user, but there was a user who said, I've got a video. If I emailed it to you or whatever, would you check it out? Give me harsh. Is that the same guy?
Let's see if he emailed it.
Maybe. I don't know.
Shall we? If he emailed it to me, shall we look at it now? That'd be kind of cool.
But unless I'm wrong, and that's just like somebody else. But
oh, okay. Yep, got it. Oh, dude. Oh, we're gonna put it up. All right, guys. We are gonna watch this dude's stuff. Hold on. Let me just mirror this display. Okay. Can everyone see that? Hey, Gerald, does that look full screen to you?
I'll have to wait till it hits YouTube. A little bit delay. Let me see here. Yeah, we're good. Might not have sound, but we got video, I think.
All right, bro. What are you talking about? That's obviously that looks amazing. I don't even need to watch anymore. Like, it looks how it should look. It looks like a lens video. IRIX. I heard good things about those. I never tried those. You ever tried those lenses? The IRIX.
I haven't.
Yeah.
But the same thing, I feel like I've gotten hit with like links and stuff for them, and it's just one of those things where I never tried it. You know, should see if they're at one of the conventions next time.
Look, he's got the whole, like, bro, come on. Don't play that game with us. Don't play that game.
I didn't realize it was a product video. I don't know what I was thinking when they said that a lens, but of course it's a product video. I don't know why I didn't think that.
That looks how it should look. You're selling a lens. You're selling the product. It looks clean. It looks engaging.
Very clean. Yeah.
I mean, is there a story to it? No, there's no story. But I don't think that selling a lens, there's going to have a story. So, like, I think you nailed it. You're a little insecure about this job. I don't get it. I think it looks great, bro. I think you killed it. You can pat yourself on the back. Sweet motion blur transitions. Oh, wait, he says lol. That's not even mine. I'm roasting this guy. It's not even his video.
Oh, jeez.
Well, then I don't know whose video we've been watching.
Yeah, Wiley just said he's probably the owner of Iris. He's just getting you to play an ad for him.
Probably. This is founder Sembertech, Duffy Sembertech.
Oh, there was, Duffy said, watch my video too. It's a different guy. That's my mistake. Okay.
I see what you guys did
everything
there.
You just said, forward that to Duffy.
Somebody took advantage of me there for a minute. You know, me being a first timer and all. I didn't know how these things work. All right, but I'm on to you, Duffy. All right, $20 well spent. So, true.
So now, Splendid Blended, what's your video then? Because obviously,
yeah, exactly. And by the way, I hate IRIX, so you know, I'm just messing with you. I've actually never shot on an IRIX lens. What did they have that piqued my attention? It was like 2 years ago. They had like an ultra sharp, super wide angle lens that was supposed to be like, it was like a rectilinear that was distortion free, but I ended up getting the Laowa instead, and so you know that was the end of that.
Yeah. Somebody asked you, they seem to really want to know what, like, Patreon when was the question mark. So are what do you think of Patreon? Are you ever going to do a Patreon?
So
what do you
that's
think
the
of
weird
that?
thing. Maybe you guys can answer this, but if I do a Patreon, am I then beholden to do requests on what you guys want versus me just doing whatever I want? I feel like once money is exchanged in that way, I feel like there's a sense of ownership. You know, like you're paying in, you have expectations, you want me to do whatever camera reviews, and I might want to do, you know, something stupid and creative and, you know, something that you might not be into. I don't know, I could be wrong, but that's my sentiments. Rectal. Did he say rectal? Yeah, it's a rectal linear lens. Recta? Maybe it's rectilinear. Rectal linear. That's when you have zero distortion when you're getting the colonoscopy.
There you go.
Dean Phillips says, nope, you could do whatever you want. But he says he wouldn't. You wouldn't, Dean Phillips? You wouldn't take money from Patreon? You can do whatever you want, but please not Patreon.
But I can tell you my story on it. I had the exact same thoughts. I still feel weird about Patreon. So I wrote right on my Patreon when I made it. It's because people asked, and it was before I had the channel memberships on YouTube. But people said, look, I don't care about it. Just make a Patreon so that I can give, so what I found out was that some people feel better if they contribute. And so then it was more about my feelings are like, I don't really want to have a Patreon because the same things you brought up. It's like, I feel like it puts a weird balance in the relationship. But for other people, though, they actually felt better about it. So it's like I didn't want to take that away from them. So I made the Patreon and I just said, look, this is a weird thing. There's not going to be any paywalls here, and I'm not going to make any content for Patreon because I think that everybody should have access to everything, and I don't want to make Patreon content or have there be a paywall or whatever. And I'm not going to post here. I'm not even going to pay attention here. But it exists, and here's the link for those people that feel better for using it. Now you can. And for those that don't, you're not missing anything.
I mean, I suppose I could have that disclaimer, you know, if it was like just purely paying for an editor, you know, and then I could be like, guys, if you want me to make more content of what I'm making, but you have no say in it, then donate to the Patreon. I'll hire on an extra editor, and hopefully I'll be able to double my output. But anything else, I mean, I feel bad when I do brand videos because brands email me, they want an update on how the video's doing. Like, oh, how's the progress going? And I'm like, wait a minute. No. I'm not working for you. Like, I will email you when the video's done. Like, that's how I feel about it. So I don't know. Maybe that's me. Maybe that's like a little arrogant, or maybe that's my issues of not, wanting complete autonomy. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
I get you. I think it makes sense. It's a weird platform. Like, obviously, there's people that have used it to great success, and it makes sense for what they're doing. But I think for people like us, it's kind of peculiar. It's a weird thing. It's like, I don't know. But whatever.
We love supporting Gerald and Josh.
Hey, I'll take
Gerald?
You call me what you want to call me, as long as you give me the
my other
views.
brother, Gerald.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that.
Let's see here. I keep getting this question up. When am I going to do tutorials, editing chops? Yeah. So for me, I have been thinking about doing some tutorials for a while now, specifically an editing one and a real estate one. I think obviously the editing one would probably do a little bit better because it would, real estate might be a little bit too specific. But guys, it's a tall order to double dip and do tutorials and episodes. So if I go full blown and do the tutorial stuff, that probably means I'm going to disappear for a while to knock those out. I don't know. I know other people do it. They knock them out and maybe, but like if I actually do a tutorial, I want it to be like masterclass level. I don't want it to just be like me talking to camera for 2 hours and showing you a bunch of slideshows of like, work that I've already done. Like I want to take you guys with me on the experience, and we'll do something together. And unfortunately, that takes a lot of time and investment. So, but I'm curious, how many of you guys would buy a tutorial? And which one would you want to see out of me? Would you want to see editing? Would you want to see real estate? Would you want to do storytelling? Cinematography, even though I don't think I'm a cinematographer? What would it be? Did you really, Touche Film says, oh, did you really make those Blade Runner LUTs? Yeah, I really made those Blade Runner LUTs. In fact, I don't know anyone else that has those Blade Runner LUTs. It took me a month and a half to make them, like every day grading on Resolve, trying to get those colors to work. And I was very apprehensive about like releasing an unfinished product. And so I'm very proud of those LUTs. Those ones, they do exactly what I said that they do. They destroy perfectly good footage and makes everything look like Cyberpunk 2077. Let's see. Oh, make the Blade Runner LUTs tutorials. They are amazing. Okay. That's an interesting thing. Well, so what if I did Blade Runner presets so you can see in Resolve how I made those with like the steps, because there's several nodes in each one to create those colors, and then I guess maybe a instructional video on that. I could see that. That could be easy. Yeah, hey Sasha, just go ahead and walk in front of the frame. No big deal. It's I have 4 cameras. You can tell me to cut. Just be like, go to camera 2. We're on camera 2 now. There you go.
So you can walk by that
Sasha?
one too.
Come here. Meet Sasha. This is my homie Sasha. Sasha and I met 10 years ago when I was an actor, and he was looking for an actor for a show that they were trying to greenlight called Douchebags.
Perfect guy.
Wow.
In all seriousness, I'm very proud of Josh. He evolved so much. Incredible guy. Most creative guy I know. Pound for pound, the most talented guy I know too.
Thanks, buddy.
Happens to be good looking too.
Oh, thanks,
awesome.
buddy. Thanks, buddy.
He cuts to the booty shot at that moment. Get out of here.
Wagging my tail.
I
am wagging my tail. All right. Google Pay.
What do you think, Josh?
Google Pay has no middleman. Shall we wrap it up? Is that what we're saying?
I think we're at the 2-hour point.
Oh my God.
2 hours is when my butt starts to get uncomfortably sweaty under this light. So you gotta like, maybe too much information, but that's just so you guys know. If ever I leave at 2 hours, it's because Got to deal with the
All
butt
right,
sweat.
watching
okay?
from Australia, you are too talented to bother with tutorials. More talented than everyday bullshit YouTubers. Stick with original content and you will smash it. Pow! Pow, 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 pow. Any last questions before we cut this short? Any...
Don't ask him that, Josh. Don't ask him that. It's going to fill up.
Super chats only. Super chats only. We're trying to get to that Sennheiser. Get me there. I am almost there, baby. I'm like halfway there, maybe. I don't know.
You run a telethon over here. You need a switcher to have like the big number board that shows how close you are to the goal or whatever. Let's put it up on the board, guys.
That would be great. Anyway, if you guys are interested in the mini switcher, I left the link in the description. You can pre-order it now. Again, Blackmagic did not pay me to say this. They are not sponsoring this video, but it's super new, and so I'm just now figuring it out. And I think it's $300, $298.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
something
pretty
like that.
awesome. I wish it was 4K. If it was 4K, I would do a full-on video and be like, you need this because it is so efficient just switching cameras.
If it was 4K though, it wouldn't be $300.
Yeah.
I can tell you that much.
Well,
It'd be way more.
now what's interesting, Gerald, is I'm using an Atomos Shogun right now to record all of the camera feeds. So
Yeah.
I have...
And then you're bypassing from the ATEM into the Atomos and then into your
computer. Exactly. So, or the ATEM has an output, so I'm recording this as well. So now I can, all these cuts that I've been doing, instead of having, like if I wanted to make a video on this process, I have all those cuts and I have well, actually I don't have your image on there. Damn, I didn't figure that one out. I'd have to do an OBS out into the external recorder. Oh, well, OBS makes a copy, so I have that.
What I'd have to do, what I could do is because on my screen I have OBS full screen and high fidelity, I would record mine at the same time, and then I would send you that MP4, and you could remix it afterwards or whatever.
All right, John. Oh, hey, John. John Parento. Am I saying that right, John? I never know how to say your last name. He says it's $295. Is. I'm loving it so far, John. I think it's great. Let's see. Oh, got another $5.
A little bit closer to the 416.
All right. Any interest from either of you two in the Sigma FP? Will you guys try it out and make a video? Gerald needs to dissect it. Sigma FP.
Sigma actually just sent me an email yesterday asking me if I want to try it out with the new lens, but my November is just impossible.
What's the FP? I'm out of.
It's that tiny little full frame hybrid camera.
Oh, right.
Sigma's
I
made.
did see that. How much is it though?
So maybe
a weird price
early
point?
December
Isn't
if I get a
it like
chance with it.
$2,000 or something? It's like
I honestly don't know the price. I'll tell you right now. It is.
Let's see. They have 4K switchers.
1900.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I thought it was a little pricey for. I mean, like A7 III is 1900. So it's just in that realm where it's like established cameras. But Sigma makes great lenses, so maybe the camera's not going to be that bad either. Yeah, should I get a 4K switcher and just have like 20 cameras, just like cameras everywhere? I'll have a drone cam. I'll be like, eye in the sky. Like, let's switch to camera 7. And well, we seem to be having a technical difficulty here. Yeah, sorry, Tom. There's bad weather up there. Let's see. I don't know, John. Can you get me a 4K switcher? Can you get me like a whole mixing board and we'll do the variety show? Let's see. All right. I think that's it for us. Gerald, do you have any last sign-offs, any final notes? Guys, I want to say thank you very much for watching this, and thank you guys for the super chats. Like, this is a new experience for me. I'm deeply humbled for all of you guys who've been watching for the last 2 hours. Thank you guys so much. And if I didn't get to your question, I'm definitely going to do another one of these. I don't know. Should I do one every week? I feel like that's the only way I can get out a lot of this content that you guys want to see, maybe on things that aren't worthy of me spending 7 days doing a full video. A73 is $200 off B&H right now. That's interesting. Maybe I should create a link for that. Get a little closer. Anyway, Gerald, thank you, buddy.
Yeah, you did well. I think you were right that this is good for you to, you know, like get out of that rut or whatever. Not rut, but you know what I mean. I think it's good. You're getting spontaneous, interacting with the fans.
Also, I'm doing this studio video later this week. I'm working on it right now. It's sponsored by somebody. I'm not gonna tell you who, but it is sponsored video. So, really fun. You guys are gonna flip when you see the stuff that I packed in this studio. Like I put a lot of tech in here, and I'm really, really proud of it. And I erected the time machine in here, so I can't wait to show you guys that. I think you're gonna be excited. All right, buddy. I will, Gerald. I'll see you later, guys. Thank you so much. I'll see you on the next one.